There comes a moment in life when peace becomes more important than excitement. Not money, not status, not proving yourself to anyone. Just peace. And strangely enough, many people don't lose their peace because of major tragedies. They lose it, little by little, through small daily habits they've repeated for years without even noticing. If you're over 70, this video may speak directly to your heart, because some habits that once helped you survive life may now be quietly exhausting you. And the saddest part, many older adults think feeling emotionally drained, lonely, irritated, or restless is simply part of aging. But often, it's not aging at all. It's avid. Today, we're going to talk gently and honestly about 6 daily habits that secretly destroy your peace after 70, and what you can do instead to protect the calm, meaningful life you deserve. And stay until the end, because the final habit may be the one almost everyone struggles with, but very few talk about openly. The first habit is constantly worrying about things you cannot control. Many people over 70 carry invisible stress every single day. They worry about their children, their health, money, the world changing too fast, what may happen tomorrow. Now, caring is natural. It means you have a loving heart, but there's a difference between caring and carrying the weight of the entire world on your shoulders. There was a man named Robert, 76 years old, who called his daughter every morning. Not to chat peacefully, but to worry. Did you lock the door? Did you drive safely? Are the grandchildren okay? His daughter loved him deeply, but over time their conversations became filled with tension instead of warmth. One day, she gently said, "Dad, you taught me how to live. You don't have to protect me from every possible storm anymore." That sentence changed him. He realized he had spent years preparing for disasters that never came, and slowly, he began replacing worry with trust. Here's the truth. Peace grows when you stop trying to control every outcome. At this stage of life, your heart deserves a rest. The second habit is replaying old regrets over and over again. Many older adults quietly revisit painful memories every day. Mistakes, lost opportunities, broken relationships, things they wish they had said differently. The mind becomes like an old movie theater, replaying scenes that can no longer be changed. A woman named Margaret, 81, once admitted something heartbreaking. She said, "Every night before sleep, I think about how I worked too much when my children were young. I missed so many little moments." For years, she punished herself emotionally, until one afternoon, her son told her, "Mom, we never needed perfection. We just needed your love, and we always had that." That moment freed something inside her. You see, many people spend the final chapter of life acting as judges in a trial that already ended decades ago. But regret is heavy, and carrying heavy things for too long steals emotional energy. If you're over 70, please remember this. Your life was never supposed to be flawless. You are learning while living. You did some things beautifully, some things imperfectly, just like every human being who has ever existed. Peace begins when you allow yourself to be human. The third habit is surrounding yourself with negativity every day. This one is more dangerous than people realize. Many older adults spend hours consuming upsetting news, arguing online, criticizing others, or focusing only on what's wrong with the world. After a while, the mind starts expecting negativity everywhere. A retired teacher named Helen noticed something interesting about herself after turning 74. Every morning she watched television news for 3 straight hours. By lunchtime, she already felt anxious and exhausted. One day her grandson asked, "Grandma, why do you always look sad after watching TV?" That simple question hit her deeply, so she made a small change. She limited the news, started listening to calming music in the morning, spent more time gardening, called old friends more often, and within weeks, she said something beautiful. The world didn't become less chaotic, but my mind became quieter. That's important. Protecting your peace sometimes means protecting what enters your mind every day. Not every argument deserves your attention. Not every headline deserves your emotional energy. Your later years should not be consumed by constant outrage. They should contain moments of calm, The fourth habit is isolating yourself emotionally. Now, many people over 70 spend more time alone, and sometimes that's peaceful. But there's a difference between solitude and emotional withdrawal. Some older adults slowly stop opening up. They stop calling friends, stop attending gatherings, stop sharing how they feel. And over time, loneliness becomes silent, but very deep. There was a widower named James who lost his wife after 48 years of marriage. After the funeral, he slowly disconnected from everyone. His daughter invited him to dinner. He declined. Friends, he avoided them. He told himself, I don't want to bother anyone. But the truth was, he was hurting. Months later, a neighbor convinced him to join a small community walking group. At first, he barely spoke. But little by little, he laughed again. He felt seen again. Human beings need connection at every age, not constant noise. Not crowded schedules, just meaningful connection. One good conversation can heal the heart more than people realize. Please don't convince yourself that your presence no longer matters. It does. Very much. The fifth habit is saying yes when your heart is exhausted. Many older adults continue people-pleasing long after they should have learned to rest. They agree to things they don't want to do. They tolerate disrespect to avoid conflict. They keep giving even when emotionally drained, and eventually, resentment quietly builds. A woman named Diane spent years babysitting for relatives almost every single weekend. She loved her family deeply, but she was tired. Yet every time she tried to say no, guilt consumed her, until one day her doctor gently told her, stress doesn't disappear just because you smile through it. That sentence stayed with her, so she began setting gentle boundaries. Not angry boundaries. Healthy ones. And something surprising happened. People still loved her. In fact, they respected her more. At this stage of life, protecting your energy is not selfish. It's wisdom. You've spent decades caring for others. You are allowed to rest too. And finally, the sixth habit that secretly destroys peace after 70. Living as though your best moments are already behind you. This habit quietly breaks the spirit. Some people reach their 70s and begin speaking about themselves as if life is already over. I'm too old now. Those days are gone. There's nothing left for me. But peace disappears when purpose disappears. One man learned painting at 79. A woman started traveling alone at 74. Another began volunteering at a local library at 82 and said it gave her life meaning again. The human heart does not retire from needing joy. You are not simply waiting for time to pass. You are still living, still growing, still capable of laughter, still capable of love, still capable of discovering new parts of yourself. A peaceful life after 70 is not built by avoiding all problems. It's built by releasing unnecessary emotional burdens. Worry less about what you cannot control. Forgive yourself for being imperfect. Protect your mind from constant negativity. Stay connected to people who bring warmth into your life. Stop sacrificing your peace to please everyone else. And never believe your meaningful years are behind you. Because they are not. In many ways, this chapter can become the most emotionally free chapter of your life. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits have you struggled with the most, and what brings you peace these days? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your words may comfort someone else more than you realize. And if this video spoke to your heart, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend or a loved one who may need a little encouragement today. Take care of yourself. And remember, peace is not something you find someday. It's something you protect every single day.